My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Against the Storm, where it's time to take some risks. In particular, there is a modifier here, Ancient Battleground. The land was once a place of a mythical battle. You start with 50 hostility points. That's half a level of hostility already. Oof, that's tough. And it's right next to a space which is a Cursed Royal Woodlands. So a Cursed Royal Woodlands is a unique space where the forest has reshaped itself. It's impossible to know the danger of the glades, which are all now of even size. So both the small, dangerous, and forbidden glades, all the same size, and there's no warnings. And then also, restless spirits can be found in the forest, and those restless spirits can be real tough customers. And also, I intend to drop us all the way up to Prestige 10. So we completed the last run on Prestige 5, and now we're on 10. So I will go through the entirety of the modifiers this is incurring. More reputation required and harder orders, the storm lasts longer, Blight Rot appears every third clearance season, blueprint rerolls cost more, villagers with low resolve leave faster, buildings cost more, higher food consumption, villagers consume more luxury goods, villagers work slower on events, and goods are worth less to traders. So we need to have so much less slack in the rope. We need to be much more efficient with our generation of things and with what we choose to generate. So, I expect that because of the additional 50 hostility points, I'm gonna need to take my woodcutters off of cutting wood during the storm, just so that I can manage the storm very effectively. So instead, I'm gonna likely revert to some sort of doing woodcutting during the other seasons and then gathering during the storm. Oh boy. I'm ready. And the place is called the Highlands. The Highlands, or Dyla. Rates. Is there anything else I need to modify here? Summary. Storm here is especially dangerous and the forest more hostile than anywhere else. We'll be bravely and handsomely rewarded though, if we do it. So if I want to set up a society where I'm capable of getting as much wood as I need as quickly as possible, one of the best ways to do that is with a bunch of beavers. Because then it's much easier to take them off, put them on another job and be happy about it. Without a likely trapper's camp, I mean, yes, insects are quite common, but they're also quite common in the trees, so I could even get insects just from cutting trees down with the beavers. I don't know if I want to take the lizards here. Although that would be the most people. It would give me 8 lizards as well as 2 new villagers. I'm leaning towards the beavers, but I also recognize that we are going to have a lot of difficulty in appropriately housing those beavers unless we get early production of planks. Also, that's not much food to start out with. So I may want to take some food out with me on this adventure. Trapper's camp, forager's camp. Let's have a look at the stuff that we find in the area. So a forager's camp wouldn't be half bad. It's a good source for picking up those vegetables, as well as the grain. An herbalist would not go super awry either. Mushrooms and herbs available. Production chain that makes happiness for beavers is most efficient when it generates a resource that is capable of being used for wine, pickled goods, ale, or biscuits. So I know that wheat, mushrooms are pretty useful across the board there. Mushrooms can be used to make ale. Can they? No, it's just roots or wheat to make ale. So maybe I need root production. I'm doing a lot of preparing here just because I'm very, very, very scared of the difficulty modifiers that we're about to be running into, but I also recognize at this point that maybe I'm doing a little bit too much preparation here. Thankfully, I do have the 4 reservation embarkation points that I gave myself last time, so that's 4 additional points I can spend on picking things up here. I almost want to get a training gear delivery line, literally just so that I have the ability to open every chest that I see, which I think will give me a huge advantage. On top of that, I'm thinking of taking in additional bricks. Probably not additional bricks on top of that, maybe. Maybe I'm looking to take in some fabric and then a bunch of food. The idea here being that with these, I should be able to set up a pretty comfortable home base before I have to expand. +3 to drizzle water production. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Oh, the ancient battleground. The ancient battleground modifier, sorry, is much harsher. You start with 150 hostility points. Oh boy. Okay, let's have a look at the things that we are going to incur during the storm then. So as long as I house everyone, I can avoid the modifiers that are both active from hostility 1, that is villagers move 40% slower, and they also have a -5 to their resolve. Blight rot infection will only cause blight rot cysts if villagers leave or die during the storm. Sacred flame rituals will only punish me if I don't have enough wood. Okay. So realistically, these storm mysteries aren't going to be that bad for me. The real problem here is the loss of resolve that we're going to get when we go into the storm. So in order to manage lost resolve as efficiently as possible, I'm going to want to house everyone. And in order to house everyone here, as efficiently as possible yet again, I'm going to be looking to get a source of plank production, so that I can create beaver houses much more efficient than ever before. Also, those beaver houses are constructed out of the same material that makes big shelters, so I can also use big shelters if need be. Oh man, buildings are more high cost to construct. The beaver houses are going to be higher cost. Woof. The tinctury doesn't seem like a bad idea. Not only does it have the ability to utilize drizzle water, it has the ability to produce pigment, which I believe I can use to resolve a lot of different events. And it can make wine, and it can make ale. Those are wine for luxury, ale for leisure, pigment for education. I think you can even pickle pigment? No. I think there's a foodstuff you can make out of pigment. It really surprised me when I saw it, but I believe the tinctury is probably the right choice here for us. Here comes our plank production. So is it carpenter or supplier? And why is it carpenter? Well, it's just winnowing down the options there. So supplier does have possibility, to be fair. Supplier has the possibility of providing us biscuits via providing us a good source of flour production. I'm unlikely to get that much leather, so I'm unlikely to get water skins out of it. Whereas the big difference here is that the supplier has the tailoring modifier, or the specialization. Carpenter has woodworking, and it's a proficiency. So instead of harpies being happy if they stand in the supplier, beavers, who I know I have, will occasionally double produce resources if they're standing in the carpenter. That'll give me a lot of control over tool production. Admittedly, I'm gonna need copper bars or crystallized dew production before that, but I feel like it's worthy risk, worthy trade-off to make there. Manufactory, apothecary, bookshop, or guildhouse. So the apothecary gives us the ability to pick up biscuits relatively early on, as well as tea and incense. So tea and incense are not useful to the beavers, but the other two characters I get, might be. I don't think I have to make this choice right now, thankfully. The carpenter does need to go down as soon as possible, which means I am going to need to set up a crude workshop. I'm also gonna need to just start cutting some stuff down. Let's prioritize both of the woodcutter camps at priority 3 so they get done as fast as possible. And then let them go. Making sure to stack both of the woodcutters camps fully. Let's also set the crude workstation higher rather than the paths right now. I mean, yes, the paths are important, but they're not the most important, you see. It's hard for me to ignore the possibility of just getting clay delivery line and having a couple of my resources tied up. Just already solved by the game on my behalf. In addition to the training gear delivery line, I feel like this is a nice ground for us to get started on here. So in the crude workstation, I literally only need to make one more set of planks, and then I'm done. I'll choose these orders early. Yeah, there's no world in which I'm opening 5 glades right now. That's just not happening. Whereas +1 to copper ore production does seem like it's very likely to be useful for us, so I do want to go with the TikTok here. What are the safest ways of getting rich? Is going for delivery. Again, it's going to be really difficult to open 5 glades early. That said, this doesn't require that I do it early. I'm going to take the exploration on that one. It was harder when it was a period of time they wanted me to do it in. Artisan? Ugh, Artisan would get us coat production, and I do like that, but metal veins lines up with giving us +2 to copper bar production, and the +1 to the copper ore production. So if I had that, suddenly I have all tools unlocked. I can use tools for basically the entirety of the game without a problem. And that is a chain that beavers do really want to do. So I'm now looking open for anything that I don't need to increase tool production from 2 to 3, but I will be openly looking for anything that has the ability to create copper bars. The best, of course, would be smelter. 3-star copper bar production, which I think the smelter has an engineering bonus in it as well. You know what? I don't need to pull that up. We'll see if it happens. Okay. Let's get our carpenter down. There we are. And you can make up to a total of 25 planks at any one period of time. Heck, actually, I should prioritize that. I'm gonna take another woodcutter off of the job, another beaver, rather, off of the woodcutting job, in order to complete the carpenter as soon as possible, so that I can start making planks as soon as possible, so that I can house all of my beavers. Because if I can house them all before the storm, oh my gosh, that'll be good. And they're all in jobs they're proficient at, so they've got the additional plus 10% chance of doubling their yield, which is great. I'm placing the beavers' houses closer to the hearth and further away from the main warehouse, just because I want to put things closer to the main warehouse if they have interactions with the main warehouse. So like taking or giving resources to the main warehouse versus the houses that the beavers literally don't visit. They just need them to be there for their emotional security and safety. So how many woodcutters do I have at the moment? I have 96 hostility worth of woodcutters, so I can take all of my woodcutters off of the job during the storm. The main problem, admittedly, is going to be whether or not I have enough wood to survive the duration of the storm while that's occurring. Thankfully, I do have some coal, so that'll help push me through. At least for the moment. I'm honestly going to be quite happy to have these free workers as soon as we roll over the season here. Set up additional scaffolding for them to use. That'll do, that'll do. And in fact, I'll even set up a... Oh gosh. I was gonna set up pipes behind there, but I guess I'll challenge myself and put down a single park. So that I can try and get the +2 to global resolve bonus as well. Okay. I'm gonna take some carpenters off of the job now. I could theoretically leave one of them on the job. Without too much concern. I can't favor them over the top of anyone because there's no one else here. I'm gonna burn some coal just so that I can get people to be happy for a moment while I build their houses. You can see the coal decreasing actively. Thank you. By that second house, we've got the beavers not leaving anymore. Which, as it turns out, is about as good as it can get. So for villagers, we have 8 villagers. Okay, so we get 6 hostility per villager. Can I incur 18 more hostility without rolling over? Yes, I can. So I'll be taking the variety pack here. Right. Now I have to house them. I worry I'm gonna have to start sacrificing wood before the end of this storm. Yeah, Fox is leaving mighty quick. Oh boy. Yep. Prestige 10, how I missed you. There goes all of our fuel. We're gonna lose that fox. Heck, I might even lose that lizard. I shouldn't have accepted them during the storm. I really wanted to accept my newcomers as quickly as they came, just so that... Oh no. Yeah, there they both go. Damn it! I really needed them. Oh, mistakes aren't really okay in this difficulty level. Alas, reckless plunder. You know, scouts are so focused on looting, they unintentionally damage the environment. So, fewer resources in new nodes, but 100% chance to double the loot of abandoned caches. I'm gonna do that because I have the training gear line to open them. We could also increase food production speed by drizzle water stored. I do like Farsight as well. Discovering a small glade increases the working speed of scouts investigating dangerous or forbidden glade events by 50%. The only problem is I can't know which is dangerous or forbidden and which is small in order to trigger this reliably on this map. From the ashes, gain 2 wildfire essence for every 2 completed dangerous or forbidden glade events. We're not going to do that commonly. It's reckless plunder here. Blight rot cysts, burn at least 12, or deliver 10 packs of provisions. 10 packs of provisions plus the +3 for lizard resolve is really nice. And also just +3 lizards is really nice. I wouldn't be able to guarantee I can do the Adventurer's Viceroy, unfortunately. Lizard population's also difficult to guarantee. Fox influx, and it gives me 5 foxes. I'll take it. Well, hey, good news. I don't have to worry about housing him anymore. It's not great news, but it is true. Oh, man. I really wanted this to be different than it currently is. I should probably break into a glade. Please don't be dangerous, but if you're dangerous, please don't have that bad of effect. It's not dangerous. In fact, this is a new kind of thing that you can find. A trader that's just waiting for you as soon as you open it. Oh man, you've got really good perks. An alchemist's hut. That'd be the ability to get tea. -50 hostility from the Ways of the Forest book. +1 to crystal dew production. Exchange knowledge of firekeepers can be beneficial. Maximum number of sacrificial stacks is increased by +1 for every ongoing 2 trade routes. Neat. I probably can't really afford to buy anything from you. Just yet, at least. And unfortunately, if I had to guess, I would say that it's unlikely that this copper deposit is rich enough for me to want to utilize. Tough. I really want more than just 2 spaces of copper vein to be working. There's some plant fiber here for fabric, but yikes, this is not what we want. Not in the slightest. Knowing that we have the lizards and the foxes, getting a brawling facility would actually be pretty cool. Guildhouse could also give us increased effect from traders, which admittedly I will want that at some point. And the ability to serve wine, which I do have the tincture already to start producing. So yeah, I'll take the Guildhouse here. And I also need new people again as soon as possible. Just losing those 2 people already has me deeply worried. There's so much I could be doing this season that I'm not capable of, because I need to get as much wood as possible. Alright, let's loose our carpenters on the world in order to spend all of their planks instantly. There we go. Ancient Hearth is now giving us a +2 to resolve for everyone. I should probably also get a Stonecutter's camp or 2 down. Now I'm going to need to get that done, and that's a really good job to trade our woodcutters into when we move into the storm. really doesn't feel like I'm making it through the, It really doesn't feel like I'm making it through the storm this year. Wood. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Newcomers arrive at exactly the start of the storm. I'd have to wait 4 minutes in order to take them. But they're also just not going to be happy enough to continue staying, so I have to wait. At least right now I can keep most of my woodcutters on woodcutting. If I accepted them, I would have to take all of the woodcutters off of woodcutting. This will technically do for now. Oof. What a nightmare. I know I'm eventually going to have lizard houses down. Fox houses are going to be harder. 3 crystallized dew they want in order to make that. It's not anything, just dew. Rain collector can easily start getting that. Wouldn't have too much of a problem setting one up. Running it for a while, completely fine. Metal veins. Where am I getting all this copper from right now? Oh, if I had to guess, it'd probably be a metal vein. That's what happened. Did that give me more people? No, okay. By completing that, I lowered the Queen's Impatience, and Queen's Impatience has a negative modifier on the hostility of the forest. So I removed a negative 15 that was keeping me on 2 before, without removing another worker. Interesting. Granary. Okay, that'd be a source of fabric production as well as pickled goods production, which I believe all of my people love pickled goods. So yes, it's a granary, and I want to run the granary as efficiently for pickled goods at all times as is possible. Currently can't make pottery, barrels, or water skins. So we'll be running it for fabric right now. Okay, at the end of the season, I'm going to accept as many more people as I can. Every Glade event solved as making a decision marked with loyalty lowers hostility by 10, and the bonus is added retroactively. The reason that I would be excited by that is that sending crates back to home base is counted as a loyalty option. And we're really well positioned as soon as I get the ability to make copper bars. We are extremely well positioned to start just exploring and sending things back to base. I'm going to take frequent patrols. Discover a forbidden glade. I don't know where they are, I just have to discover one. Obviously not going to be a choice. 4 more glades I have to cut into. I mean, one of my other missions is cut into 4 glades still. Sure, I'll take that. Archaeology. And then basic rights. Have 18 villages. So I'd have to have 18 beavers specifically, because only beavers can enjoy the need for leisure. Much easier to get the lizard villages online. All this seems great. Let's get all the woodcutters back on woodcutting. I would like to break into another glade at this point. Because finding a chest and sending it back would already be -10 hostility. Which would basically pay for a small glade. Damn, not a small glade. I've got to complete one trade route worth 20 amber in order to satisfy the ghost of this old merchant. And if I do, they'll give me a token of appreciation. That said, if I don't do it, they won't have any opinion on the matter whatsoever. They'll be fine with it. Let's build a trader just in case this is possible for us. Ah, already got a lizard house coming up. We'll be good. That's a solid 6 difference in their resolve. Just for a house going up. Man, I really wish I had chests to open. Alas. I suppose I should probably cut into another glade then. I'm not trying to expand too quickly. I'm just trying to expand with purpose. And currently, these expansions have been very, very light on purpose. Hello. Okay, I can't really produce any of the resources to save me here. Except for planks. Breaking this open is always possible. Sending it to the Citadel would give me 20 amber. As well as 0.7 Queen's Grace, as well as a loyalty resolve. Tearing it down is also a loyalty resolve here. What's this spirit want? You want me to discover a second dangerous or forbidden glade, and if I do it, you'll reward me. If I don't, you'll give me 0.5 impatience points before vanishing. I do want to discover another dangerous glade, but I should probably resolve this one first. Which is going to require no small amount of carpentry. Although an alternative does spring to mind. Of just harvesting until I have 15 sea marrow. Which I have to admit I find some appealing. High level of corruption. Okay, I have enough Blightrot cysts that they are going to destroy the base. Welcome to the trader. I mean, I don't think I really want anything from you, as much as I want access to trade routes. If I had 10 packs of provisions, I could sell off enough parts in order to complete the ghost request up here. Can I make 10 packs of provisions without feeling too out of sorts about it? Yeah, pretty easily. really doesn't feel like I have any slack in the line here. Like, everyone needs to be doing something deep and impactful at all times. I'm gonna free up a bunch of woodworkers so I can actually try and get some stuff done. It really should be sea marrow that I use here. So I'm gonna tell the base that it can't burn sea marrow. Probably unlikely I even managed to make the 10 before the end of the season. In which case that's going to roll over to the next season and I'll have to deal with it then. Oh, is sea marrow done? Yep, sea marrow is complete. Time to send some workers over there. Oh my god. Ugh. I get 45 hostility for each wildfire essence I have in the settlement's warehouse while I'm working on this event, which will make the lizards and the foxes mad at me. One way to try and get rid of some of that would be to just build a hearth. So I'll do that. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not being offered any the ability to really get a 20 through right now. I may end up giving up on this Ghost of the Old Merchant, but I did want to be prepared for the possibility of utilizing it. Okay. What's the negative impact here? Each Blight Rot Cyst increases hostility by 15 during the storm and an impatience point. So I'll complete the Altar of Decay after the storm is starting to subside. That'll just have to be fine. Honestly, if I suspect the fox is gonna leave. I don't know if I can do anything to keep that fox from leaving. Performing the ritual and keeping this would actually be way better for me, because it reduces your hostility every time a villager leaves or dies, and it does that retroactively. Oh, there it is. Same trade offer. And there I can go for the 20. Which will complete in fast enough time that I will get the Ghost of the Old Merchant. Neat. There goes the fox. Oh, and that was the Firekeeper as well. There's the house for that fox who left. I mean, I do want a fox. But I can't get that until the storm's over, or I'm not gonna get the fox anyway. This isn't the comfiest start I've ever had in my life, but it shouldn't be. We're on Prestige 10. This is the mode that's gonna demand that I do better. Stonecutters Camp, there's nothing nearby. Cool, I'll move you down there. Another order? Liquid luck. Sure. +1 to beaver resolve for every 70 wine produced, +2 to wine production. I only have to have 50 wine, which I can make, and give it to a guild house, which I already have. Mushroom seedlings is the ability to plant mushrooms on farm fields during drizzle season. Your patience grows 30% slower every time, for 3 minutes every time you finish a trade route. Mushroom seedlings would be much more appropriate for the production of wine on this map. The only problem is I don't have a farming type building. I can take both of you off of the blight posts. Each. There we go. Okay, so set up the world. Oh man, I really, really wish I could just convert this Altar of Decay. Oh, it'd be so worth it if I could. I don't want to take mushroom seedlings without already having a farm, so I'm going to reroll here. Reckless plunder. A ghost chest doesn't count as abandoned, right? I can only imagine it doesn't. Because I already got 1 stack of Reckless Plunder. I just wonder what a second one might do for me. Traders arrive 50% slower, but global production speed is 33% faster. Also does really deeply appeal here. I worry that Reckless Plunder will make the resource nodes so inefficient that I won't be able to really utilize them. And yeah, I do have to tear that down. Things have been better, things have been worse. It's best of days, worst of days, you know. Gotta cut into another dangerous glade. And admittedly, I do want to do that. My own selfish reasons. There we are. Hey! Oh boy. Plus 300 hostility while I'm working on this, but it gives me plus 3 to global resolve forever afterwards, as well as 3 ancient tablets, which would complete the archaeology mission. Over here, though, we have... Just gonna get some more sea marrow, and then I can gather the goods here. There we go. Calm the spirit. In calming that spirit, we now have the ghost chest. Mysterious chest filled with treasure. I'll send some folks over to investigate just so that I can get it as soon as possible. You want me to attack any trader? Oh boy. And if I don't, you'll destroy all of my amber and ancient tablets. Okay, that's fine. I can micro so that I don't have the amber tablets or anything to give you at that point in time. Not going to be especially exciting, but I can do it. You up here, yes. In just a minute or so, you'll finish yours as our trade completes. Ooh. Get another 15. Killing 5 random villagers is bad, and unfortunately right now, it looks like I'm about to let it do that. So I need to change that. Yeah, I'm low on food as well. Makes sense. Hello, old Faloof. Oh, you don't have the things that'll prevent me from having to do this, do you? Oh, no. I mean, I guess I'm gonna get some money in 7 seconds, which will help. There we go. Money should come in. There is... a second mission I can complete there. I really want to loot this. Maybe I can't afford to loot this and I just have to excavate it. In which case it's going to be so much harder to get my reward from the Ghost of the Old Merchant up there. The thing is you want me to attack a trader, which like I could do right now, but the only problem is if I attack a trader, I'm also going to lose a bunch of stuff, including villagers, which I really can't afford to lose right now. My production speeds are pitiful. I mean, that's pretty cool. I just buy the 20 oil there. That's fine. Calm the spirit. There we go. We're getting a lot of food out of calming these spirits. Just gonna come in handy. I'm also just gonna break open a bunch of these chests, because in doing that, I'm also getting the resources that will enable me to get better results here. Specifically, there's a bunch of eggs. 3 to global resolve. can't attack a trader. Which means I'm going to be losing all amber and tablets in a bit. That's fine, I just won't bank a bunch of amber and tablets that I'm worried about losing. It does look like I'm getting double results from these ghost chests. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm getting double results from the ghost chests, which means the Reckless Plunder is affecting them, which means Reckless Plunderer is amazing on this map. Am I screwed? This is gonna kill 5 random villages if I fail to do it. And currently, I will fail to do it. It's acting in short enough period of time that it's gonna kill my villages. I can't increase the hostility by 300 during this. I'm losing 5 villages here. I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. No. I do have Sea Marrow that I can sacrifice in order to complete the event faster. Here's my only shot at doing it, is to send people immediately, deal with the negative consequences. God. And my entire camp's gonna leave. This is a bad idea. But it's either they leave or they die, so... Bit of a rock and a hard place here. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the lizard. I'm gonna lose the scout. There we go. I can start burning things, but it's not sustainable. Yeah. And then this is gonna kill another 5 villagers. I'm done. I suppose I tried to expand too quickly. I'm calling it, like, that I'm done because I am. This is going to kill another 5 villagers. I've already got a bunch of people running away. As soon as those villagers die, I'm gonna, badoom, pop all the way. There we go. Up all the way up to 12 impatience. Goodbye, facility. Running on with a ghost crew of 3 people was never going to be successful here. We're done. Ugh. Finish the game before year 6, yeah, no problem. All it requires is me losing 150 hostility points at the very start and a Cursed Royal Woodland. You know what? Yeah. After a success immediately and then another success immediately, I should have been aware of the fact that my next likelihood is to bite off more than I can chew. Perhaps I should take something nice and easy here in the marshlands. Maybe move up to Prestige 7 in the next episode or something such as so, but for the moment, my name's Rhapsody. Name of the game, well, it's been Against the Storm. It's an hour long, probably successful, right? That's a weird thing about this series. Unless I want to split up runs into multiple different videos, some of them are going to be an hour, some of them are going to be 3. That'll happen. But hopefully, we'll see you next time, and hopefully it'll be 2.